Welcome back. Oh, right now we're flying in, so we're waiting to get in. There was a small queue, and we're back. All right, so we have to go do that mummy dearest. Ouch. What is this one's quest? Dispatch hedge moles? Is that what it is? Yeah. I think we can handle this. It's funny, our kitty was attacking too. Okay, kitty, kitty. Let's rock and roll. And it seems like what we want's in here. Greetings, Avenger. They said you were looking for me? A letter from Mama. I haven't heard from her in so long. She never answered my letters. No, stay, for I'll have to reply to send what the. Oh, the stone hearted gasping hag wouldn't let me take so much as a hunk of dried fish when I left the island. Now she wants Gil. That you think me cold? Well, aye, on what you think. I wanted something better than that tilling salty fields and spilling small fry out of the nets and occasionally taking a passing sailor into my bed for more of the same. She'll receive no reply from me. Thank you for your service and good day to you. Those don't work for us at all. That's too low. I don't remember if we need those. Weapons and armor in order. Saltpeter in order. Basic provisions all in order. Poisons, oh, this vial's near gone. Avenger, Draco, was it? Mayhap we can let bygones be bygones? You are skilled in wrangling beasts, I hear, and have need of pelican poison. The poison can be rarely gathered from pelicans in the area, but I must continue my duties here. Are you some minded to undertake the task? Now we're we're off to get pelicans. These things are bigger pelicans than what you would call a pelican. We just need one more pelican. Okay, we have the pelican poison. And off we get to go. Not a viewer in sight. I welcome your return, adventure. What have you what I asked for? I see. You were not stinting in filling the vials. Last adventure returned with each barely half full and had the cheek to demand full payment. I've had a low opinion of Adventure since, but you know of your past with the kobolds, but they are not the foe we fight today. Nay, all our guns are trained on the fishbacks. Such a wee thing, this vial, but this too is a gun. So susceptible the Sahagan are to pelican poison that even the rawest recruit may, with a poison tipped arrow, find herself a fisher of beastmen. There was a settlement here once near Halfstone. Then the primal Leviathan rose, and the Sahagan invaded. Work of generations was undone in a season, and whole families perished. I never knew the Halfstone settlement, but I believe it to be a home worth fighting for. And so we fight with steel, fire, and even poison to reclaim which is ours. Camp Skull Valley was built to hold up against attacks from the sea. To the north and south lay narrow channels, with a tide gate each to hold the Sahagan at bay. Will you deliver a bottle of lowland wine to the captain of the north and south tide gate? Call it a small privilege of the quartermaster. Please take the first bottle to Captain Slasarga of Southgate. Why, greetings, viewer. I'm glad you're here. I hope everything has been advancing well for you today. And I believe the person we want to talk to is up on the upper battlements, so let's go up there. Why, perhaps I have cursed by some enemy, not very likely for the mere storm private, second class, or no. Now the commander will dock my pay and leave my whistle dry as dust. Well, my good man, it is called Alport. I spent a deal of time admiring the undersides of many a tavern table, I can tell you that. What? It could be my humorous are out of balance for the surfeit of ale, and thus I see it now. There is excess blood, which has overfed my martial zeal. Draco, you learned ways have shown me the light. Much thanks. I go now and receive a legion. Greetings, Draco. Will you deliver this in my steed to Camp Skull Valley? It's my report to the commander. I was as plain spoken as I could be, and I was going to report in person, but for some reason I barely the strength to visit the barber for leechings, let alone make a trip to Skull Valley. I don't suppose I'd be spared a dock and pay, but you don't think they'd clap me in the brig, do you? Ay, 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 ay. That poor lieutenant. I don't think he knows where he's going, what he's doing, where he's going, what's up, what's down. So off we go to our next little thing. Let's turn this in, and then we'll go to Southgate, give water, give the wine, and then I think it's off to the North Gate, and then our other adventure piece. An adventurer and one whose name rings a bell. You have been a service of the Maelstrom, I hear. What brings you to Skull Valley? A report from Private Snenora? It does her little credit that she did not make the trip herself. Stay while I peruse it. She does not provide at least once. Unfortunate how she has gone to rack and ruin since she was posted to Alport. She was among the first of her shoal to be promoted to second class, yet now, do you know what a soldier's greatest enemy is, Draco? Boredom. I suspect Sonara has played the craven in fighting this foe. I shall order the paymaster to dock her pay, but I'll not sign a seizure. If she can stay out of the taverns and learn to keep herself busy, she may yet earn her salt. Tarry a while, Draco. 'Twill not be said that adventurer came to Camp Skull Valley and left without honest pay for honest work. We have a problem that other encampments may well find inevitable. The dodos are so plentiful that they even nest within the barracks. The nest must be removed forthwith before it draws beasts dangerous to men as well as birds. was quick, fast, easy, and lemon squeezy. So now, hopefully that's all he has, but I don't think so. I think he's got like 3 to 5 things he wants us to do. So if we've done, they do say that where a soldier dallies, an adventurer hurries. Peaceful as it may seem now, this encampment was built to ward against the kobolds of Gahamoro. To the north, we do not forget our purpose. You only need to look at our name. The valley floor was once lined with skulls of kobolds we slew, so that no invader might reach its southern mouth and the settlements beyond without treading on death with every step. Nowadays, it seems we're in danger of treading on dodo eggs at every turn, or on the adders that feast on them. The dodos brought settlers now run feral and keep us in meat, eggs, and headaches. Let's go with wristlets. Hail, adventure, what brings you to South Tidegate? A bottle of Lowland from Sergeant Wilt's. Now, isn't that something? And isn't she something? Crisp yet full bodied in my guess. You may, you know, didn't think I had a chance with a woman like that, but looks like she's sweet on me. Always a popular with the fairer sex, if I say so myself. I have a brother. You heard about that? He's captain of the North Tide Gate. Like peas in a pod, they say, but they never pop these peas out of the pod, if you take my meaning. Wilt's got a way about her, she does. Cool as spray, but there's fire there. And welcome she is to show me the light and scorch every stitch between the two of us. So I gotta stop back by Wilt's. Ah, there you are. Did Captain Slalhart receive it well? The other bottle is for Captain Nartmoen at North Tide Gate. I should have mentioned their brothers in blood as well as arms. You'd think them closer for it, but the bickering is well nigh constant. And she's sweet on one, if not both. So we'll see. Hello, Hunter. North Tide Gate is in place for idlers. Wilts, the quartermaster, the mousy-looking girl? Still, she has excellent taste in wine and must be a mind reader. For a supper of ocean cloud waiting that wants nothing more than a glass of Lowenland vintage. So, set you over with a bottle just for me, huh? What? Sent one to that back berth in Southgate, too? Oh, you know what he's going to think now. That she's his for the taking. That strutting. Well, he's got another thing coming. Misunderstanding an innocent kindness like that. She's a quartermaster. Doesn't he know this is a professional interest? The goatish fool. I won't have him bothering that lovely girl. Where is Ralph, then? I told the barnacle the engineers were letting us take the new cannon out for a test. The 12 know when the mood will next strike those hugger muggers. Probably over at the crypt again. Morbid, I call it. I like a good wallow now and then, but he broads over dead folk he don't even know. You go fetch Runneth, I'd be liable to profane the lich yard by beating him with his thick head with that big stone hourglass. Ah, I go again. Blaspheming the keeper. Not that I much cared for that policy, and that's probably another bit of um, ab. Innating. Here, take these flowers. Run at the founder's crypt. Give him the pretties for the dead. They'll clear my state with the gods. Rest in peace of the 12 Agar. Ah, you bring flowers. Come, no need to be shy. There's plenty of space. Small in life, he who sleeps here is large in death. You'd never know there was a hamlet here, would you? Half stone 'twas called, built on the sweat of near 10 score brows, and put the Sahagan's torch. The settlers fought, and how, and with not a trained soldier among them. Hagarth was one of those, a farmer by trade. He stayed behind to cover the final retreat, asking for as many arrows as he could be spared. Then he took off his boots and gave them to another, saying it wasn't fair that he was going, and here he lies now. Time was, I'd be hard pressed to imagine doing what he did. You don't hold fast too much in a privateer's life. No pirates captains going down with their ship. Any captain who looks to loyalty more than gold is liable to have his throat slit. But now I got to be better than that, don't I? I got to be more like Agamar. An adventurer, are you? Seems a shame for you to come all the way out here without more to show for it. How about a bit of vilekin hunting? There are a few killer mantises about on account of a hatchling we missed. The commander set out a hunting party and collected 10 and 6 heads. There's no more than 20 in a clutch. I think you can handle the last 4. mantises are dead. Nasty critters, those killer mantises. I'm sure Agram wouldn't have wanted anyone dying near his resting place. Good hunting, adventurer. Fisk, see, the birds fly to their nests. It's time I return to the gate. Elf said we'd be testing a new cannon. Like to blow himself to bits without me about. You can collect your pay from Commander Falk at Camp Skull Valley. Be well, adventurer. The 12 go with you. You offer me a job, you offer to pay me, and then you send me to someone else to get paid. Of course. Draco, you've become a familiar face about these parts. What brings you here today? The rest of the killer mantises? Well done, and I must commend Sergeant Rowan for his quick thinking. You have the thanks of this camp. Sometimes I fear that we'll lose the war against the Sahagan for having to deal with pests and bees. I hear you're leaving us, Draco. News travels fast in the encampment. Mayhap you can assist us one last time on your journey out? I have a dispatch here from Maelstrom Command, from Commodore Rayner of the Yellow Jackets. We have been investigating the Sastasha Sigrat on their orders, but it seems they have taken on an adventure of excellent repute and pleasing manner. The Commodore writes to complete the work. Now, if you. Yes, this is you he speaks of course. Well, Camp Skull Valley will be glad to be added to the burnish of your repute. You have carried out your commissions admirably well. Commander Rayner and many others in the command are of the same mind as I that we have spread our forces too thin in these tasks. I'm all too happy to withdraw our men from the caves, truth be told. Chief Sergeant Katgustil is the ranking officer of the Sigrat. Locate him and tell him his mission is complete, and he is ordered to report back to Skull Valley. Alright, so that's where we head now. Here I am trying to fight and help, and I have to level sync to do it. Come on, I said level sync. There, we helped it all. We hit him before he took and got away. Halt, adventure, do you mean to enter Seagrot? Oh, devise you against it. You'll likely perish in this labyrinth, death. Trust me, were it not for sheer strength of will, I'd not be standing here. What am I doing out here, you ask? This is a comely spot for strategizing, I find, far better than the labyrinth depths of the cave. Friend, if there, none shall hear you scream, particularly since everybody else has been reassigned. Me as well, you say? Back to Camp Skull Valley and away from the labyrinth depth of that hole? Most excellent. I have my principles and would willingly have sacrificed my life for the mission, but I am not grieved to cede that prospect to you and bid this grot good day. My place is at the fort or on the battlefield, not crawling around a dank cave with coils of rope and sheaves of paper, fearing I shall never see daylight again. I warn you, friend, this is much danger in those depths. It is what it is, the word labyrinth, I tell you. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jack duty and not just da- daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of the blasted waiting. You are, thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship been slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of sea grout here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancy serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the cave and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. It's thinking. Think, think, think. Think, think, think. It can think, it can, it can, it can, it can. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, let's go. Mostly what they're saying is you go to fight, you ask for a party of NPCs. Unless you have friends, you register for duty, you tell it to commence, and you rock and roll. Literally wish I could turn on some Gen X music and rock this thing out, but not what I get. That was the way in. Now, before I go up, I do not want to come up here and fight these guys yet. But no, you put yourself out here. I wanted to come down this way. I wanted to see what's down here. You find a blood-stained scrap of parchment, a message scrawled upon it in faded ink. The Captain Ike's in his cabbage green. Captain Ike's in his cabbage green. I see nothing else. That was the only thing that was here. Now we go this way, guys. Okay. Battle on battle, people. Let's do it. You guys were worrying about the back door, and I took the front door. Sometimes it's not easy to find enemies that you're looking for. Okay, the red, the blue, and the green. tanks out there distracting it while I am in the back dealing it damage, trying not to let the healer have to heal me too much so they can concentrate just on the tank. As I took out the dogs, he took out the main person. And now we're down. I think it's to the boss. And we'll take these scurvy dogs down. Oh, bo 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 bo. Bo 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 bo. Do not know why he gets so upset on things. It's gotta be his autism. It's gotta be. He just cannot handle. Alright, into Captain's quarters we do go. Alright, so now that tells me we need to go this way. We've already taken out the enemies, so here we go. Now the tank and me are both working on the same person. And of course the captain runs away again. But what is down here? Is there any treasure? Is there anything that we need? Sully, you spawning ground. He's got. But we defeated him just as his helpers came out. So that gives us the win. Where's our fourth one? Okay, so we attuned ourselves back. Now, the map says we have to go back to there, but we've got a Gardana and we've got an Alda that we have to do. So let's go speak here. It always seems so odd when you enter into place and people aren't into. We passed something. We'll help you in a little bit, Tattoo. I'm just here for one thing only right now. Then I'm out of here. I don't want to dally too much in Alda. If I dally too much over here, then we're going to go against Afridi, and I'm not sure I'm really wanting Afridi yet. Really, I don't think I really want Afridi yet. You've come on behalf of channeling my furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realized the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Sullen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events, indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you deliver this parcel to Gwendolen with all speed. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now we have to go to the Carpenters Guild, which I thought was right near here. That's why you see me thinking. Message from Jonathan, you say? So he's lost another one. Does that man not understand the wood doesn't simply grow, actually, it does, at least in a manner of speaking. But the fact remains, the resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Gentleman's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, let us both hope that he will right his ways. Okay. Believe he's up there. So both people I need to speak to are up on the second floor. Alright, let's talk to this guy, get it out of the way. Hey, such a task was on the books, was mine. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. You might have been the venture accepted the job of investigating the sea grot. Huh. It would seem that ship was not only sailed but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as to earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Arosa. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal, large or small? It matters not. Only have a star to reach for. Purpose can sustain you through hard times. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, golds and are as arms and armor for the spirit, which you fortune in the times to come. Back then, are you? With all your limbs, and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Fishbacks, there I was thinking you'd only save a crack a pirate skull or three. 7 bells. Ye turn ye back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly man beast set up. So, still sounds like you left him in pieces, so I don't suppose you'll be carrying out mischief they were planning, unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of the grout. Of course, any road all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on the mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, just just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens I've had a request from the Sister Guild in Gardania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of a venture what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through the sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with the fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Back to old day. So you, Draco, I've been hearing so much about. 'Tis a pleasure indeed to finally meet you in the flesh. The name's Bateron, and the most hospitable of hospitals in the drowning wench. 'Tis a place where venturers like yourself gather to rest up, listen to the latest gossip, and take on tasks what need be doing. And in this day and age, there's no shortage of tasks what need doing. I hope you find and good ready to pitch in, lad. Ready here about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gardania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose a trouble for adventurers to survive the bedlam of the grotto. If you think you might be interested, you want to wave words of mother and counterpart in Gardania. Good luck, mate. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. Well, that's why it's not fault of our patrons so much as what goes on in tables, but it's too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave. It wouldn't be better bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken headlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. As oft used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. stranger he was, a swarthy Rodan who enjoyed his drink, seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars. Quentin, perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Batteron docked my wages. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the bar than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book? Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight man drained 20 flag guns and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading to Alport. Eh? Where else? The scurvy stop. Nemia willing, he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though gods know it won't help get him Gil back. If there's an ounce of compassion in you, friend, I beg you retrieve from me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than gentlemen. They, they, they uh. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live. You'd think his job was an actor, not a beautician. And as I live, the unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must I. Be gone, foul beast. And so I ask, how do you feel, madame? Why, it's as if a single magnificent moment I traveled beyond the void and returned to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in the world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You're the one whose coming was foretold. Yeah, you, yes, you are the beautician. In the flesh, madame, I'm Gandalin, crafter of coiffures so divine that Mephinia herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madame. For where a moment ago stood a fashion challenge front, now there stands a beauty reborn. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on the realm bereft of beauty and kindness. I intend to repay you in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passe? Fear the specter of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for I shall not survive my wrath. As madam bound for you, as this very realm we call home, from the abyss of unfathomable dryness, you shall rise anew. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste, when all others turn a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by beauty and you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room in which you have taken up lodgings. Gwendolyn shall hasten to your scene. Yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you the token of trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to the world of beautiful wonders ordinary men shall never know. Oh, Master Gentleman, do come back. I've not made my next appointment. Ay, 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 mother. You've befriended Gwendolyn by using the crystal ball found in your inn room. You can call upon his flamboyant services. From hairstyle and color to face paint, he can create new look for you for a mere 2,000 gil. Whenever you feel the change, Gwendolyn is your man. And I'm not going to pay that kind of money. Alright, so. Alright, so. Fisherman's Guild. Oh, do 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 do. Every time I start to hear him getting wild, I take and speak over it. That way, his autism does not flare up across my screen. Okay. There's a person upstairs that wanted something, I guess. This is a way out of town. Let's just take the shortcut. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My fairy and my next great adventure await. My journal? Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Hor hor. Did you steal a glance at the pages, perchance? No? A shame, that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite an inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Har har. You're the air of an adventure about you, if one still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. We're the only same way for me to repay you, but of course, I've a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Farewell, fare ye well on the journey, and next time you find yourself at the bar, do thank Elazan fellow for his generosity. Har har. You have access to the challenge log, which will serve as a record of your adventuring exploits. Open it and select logs from main menu, followed by challenge log. Battles. I have not done anything enough to be in the battles. Fate. I have not done anything to be in the fate. I know I've done some of these, but it probably doesn't matter since you didn't have this when you started. Lacosa, West Thalen, West Thalen, 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 Eastern Lacosa. So Eastern Lacosta and Upper Lacosta. And I have Westerns and the Lower Docks. So we haven't went to others. The next they want me back in Gardania. Mother wants me home. Oh, sorry, didn't catch that one in time before he said the words. I really need to take and make it where I'm in an area where his autism is not kicked up, even though he's halfway across the house. He gets noisy, he doesn't care, he doesn't think about the stuff. No matter how much I try to talk to him and discuss with him, it's right back. It's very, very hard. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come take your. Oh, it's you, Draco. 'Tis so good to see you again. What's that? Here, batter on suggestion, you say? The foul mouthed road sends me a word that an adventurer might be along for a job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear details, and I shall brief you. Ready for the briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons of intrusion, Mother. Our need grows even more pressing. Have none step forward. Good evening to you, Bolard. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. Pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Draco. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish you to nip a potential threat to Gradenia in the bud. Beneath the central shelf there lays an underground burial site called the Tam Tam Deepcroft, a place once a Galmorian settlement, but we Gradanians have long interrupted. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft and with ever increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspected that the individuals, along with the Ladins of Delmon, a doomsday cult, would sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my men to scour the deep craft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attacks on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation seemed so being we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the lambs of Delamad to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Draco? Oh, of course. You have my gratitude. Once you have seen to this to your preparations, pray make your way to the deep craft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there. You hear? May the crystal guide and keep you. I make no secret of my disinclination to the Grenadians, as you may know. I just saw a rare sight that I would be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder in the acorn orchard, I saw a comely maiden, new to these benighted realms, I'd wager, dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd never seen before, and I've seen a fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After such doom and gloom, I shouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Just the thought excites me. Would you see what it's all about? And may chance we will learn a new dance. A day of merrymaking? Is that all your ventures think about? I'm here to teach, my dear fellow. From me, these younglings are to learn the most sacred, meaningful, and unquietly uplifting dance. Now I realize full well that tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. This manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering they obey the timber master without demur. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for my unruly charges. I wonder though, might you ask the man how he tamed them? Another green adventurer come to play with saws. Apparently not. Speaking your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution. Huh? Sigh. Yedo seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself. She has none of her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf and bid them return to their lesson. Going to Archer to have it rough. They grow up around here. Somebody need a job after that. So where are these children? Uh, So I'm supposed to give toys to children. Where are these children? Oh, not in the area. Alright, so let's go through here and let's tap the children one by one. Along the way we shall go. In a circle round and round, holy, holy, where they go. I ran off because it's boring. All Mr. Acidos says is how we're doing it wrong. Hey, that one of Master Beaton's, is it supposed to be a bribe then? You've got yourself a deal, venturing man. But I don't want to dance. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Yuda knows how. She's so uptight. Is this one of Master Beaton's toys? Does that mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way. Here, if you do what you're supposed to, I'll give you a lollipop. Child, don't get in that van. It could be dangerous. But here, I'll give you a lollipop. Scoop with both hands and look left, up, right, down. Or is it up, down, left, right, left, right? I wish you could just take notes. Why, oh, this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Huh? Master Besson would tell you the grain of almost every flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mistress Yodo's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can true a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not truing yourself. Alright, I'm going. Okay. Off this way we go. Now we must teach the teacher. Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. It would seem I was stricter than I imagined, and I loosened up a bit. Has made a great difference. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest, to give thanks to Napaka and the elements. There must be no aggression in this dance, lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best impression. Having you fetch my students for me to make it up to you Will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as a kind of peace offering. Why, you are born dancers, dear sir. And so say we, and so say we. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the ladies how it's done, and so say we, and so say we. Swings his axe and sighs, remember, shiver, shiver me timbers, and so say we, and so say we. Ah! Master Beaton, you scared her off. We're having fun. Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that a sailor song? How do you know it? Aye, never mind how know. More to the point, what could be troubled Miss Yiddling so? You did. She said you're supposed to be peaceful or the elements will be upset, and you know how uptight she gets. Of course, of relationships never does run smooth, child, and you will all discover this in time. We've learned the harvest dance. Alright, so our next thing is going to the Tam Tam and firing glue. That's Bent Branch. And that's in the central shroud. I believe the quickest way to Bent Branch making sure our cat has a nice workout. She's going to be a strong kitty when she grows up. And off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sky. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sky, into the sky, into the sky. Open says me. Your king adventurer has returned. And I think that's where we're going to end it tonight. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your night. And we'll see you around again next stream. Enjoy.